Hey guys,
Hey guys.
thanks for joining us for this week's Integrations Weekly Update. We have had a busy week here at TazWorks, especially for the integrations team. And we wanted to follow up on a few things, specifically our webinar. We hosted our very first integrations team webinar about the basics of integrations. It went really well. We got a lot of feedback about it, both constructive and otherwise, but it was really well received. And so we're excited about that and excited about continuing to do more of these in the future. We'll dive into more specific kind of in-depth topics as we go. We wanted to start with the basics so that everybody has a working knowledge of that. Going forward, we want to thank everybody that participated. We had a great turnout. About 150 people registered and showed up for this, so that's an awesome turnout for us. So thank you very much for those who took the time to do so. And we want to spend this week's time kind of going through some of the questions that we didn't get to answer in the Q&A section at the very end of our webinar. But I also want to mention that if you would like to see this webinar and you didn't have the opportunity, or you would like to share it with your coworkers, it is on TazWorks YouTube channel, so you can find it there, as well as in the details of that video, you can find a copy of the link to our slides. So just to recap some of the questions that we didn't get to answer, I'm going to state some of the questions that seem to be common amongst some of the attendees, and I'll have Jordan answer those for us. All right, so the first question that seemed to come up a lot was, there's a bit of confusion on the difference between a vendor integration and that of an integration with an ATS, a PMS, or an HRIS system.
So great question. A lot of these integrations that we do, if they're for an ATS or a PMS, we can just go through the integrations team. We want to get those done as quickly as we can. With the vendor integrations, it's a completely separate side of the company. It's got to go through higher level approval. We have a lot of things that have to go into that. So while they're both integrations, actually a lot of times the vendor integrations end up being more complicated just because it has to go through some other channels. So that's probably the biggest difference between the two.
Okay, so the next question was, how do we communicate progress being made towards current integrations and when we have started working on new integrations?
Okay, so there's three main methods that we're going to communicate with you guys for now. The first one is through this. So this is the best way that you're going to know what's going on with the ATS integrations, are these weekly updates. The second way is via our weekly newsletter. That's going to go out for the communications from our TazWorks team. And the third way is just going to be your general communication with our integrations team. So letting us know your needs, communicating with us, integrations@tazworks.com.
And then the last question that seemed to come up a lot was, how do we come up with our prioritization for different integrations that we go after and ones that we are currently working on?
Yeah, great question. So the first way that we prioritize these is based on what your clients need. So if you have a very important client that needs an integration, we're going to obviously put a lot of effort into getting that done quickly for you. And a lot of it depends on how much work you put in as well. So if you're driving this whole process and you and your client come to the table with a contact at some ATS and there's a call ready for us and we're jumping on and everything's already moving, that one's obviously already going to be going. So that's going to drive that whole process. So again, just going back, it's all depending on you guys and your need.
Perfect. And then I just wanted to close with a shout out to Tom Lawson for the most creative question in our webinar. Tom asked, is butter my best choice for toasted sourdough? And I would have to resoundingly say yes. Yes, it is your best choice for toasted sourdough. So thanks for that, Tom.
Or that spray, I can't believe it's not butter.
Also that. It's a great alternative. So thanks again, guys, for participating in our webinar. We really appreciate it and all the feedback that we got from it. And just to close today, I want to turn the time over to Jordan.
Yeah, so two more things real quick. One is I cannot emphasize enough how much teamwork it means to us. So when you guys have a prospect or a client who has a contact at a certain ATS and you bring that to the table, that is massive for all of us. And our first instinct is to keep that for ourselves and to keep that as an exclusive. But if we all did that, then nobody would have the opportunity to integrate with all the ATSs out there. So we just want to make sure that there's good collaboration between all of our CRAs and us so that all these doors open up for everybody. And secondly, I know it's been a long time coming and we're all very, very excited, but our pricing is coming out at the end of this week. So that is going to take care of a lot of questions in everybody's mind. We know that everybody's been waiting for that, and you're all very excited, and so are we. So we're looking very much forward to that here at the end of the week, and I'm sure there will be lots of questions. So we'll be talking to you all very soon.
Perfect. And then just a quick reminder, again, we want to continue to do more of these webinars in the future. As you kind of think on these over the holiday season, please submit topics that you would like us to go over for the webinars for future sessions. We'll keep track of those, see what's most commonly asked about, and then make sure to cater the topics and content more specifically to what you need answered as far as questions. So thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you after the holidays.
See you guys.